this video will be on the invoicing plan. So what it is and how to create it. There is an option in SAP to create so-called invoicing plan, which will post invoices automatically. You may set there are two types of invoicing plan, periodic and partial. In periodic invoicing plan, you set their frequency, so how often those invoices should be posted, and they will be posted with the value of your line item. So if you say invoicing plan is for 12 months, then you set the price for 1 month, and each month this price will be paid. And then you set the start and date and the end date. SAP will create the purchase, so the invoices according to this plan. The partial invoicing plan, in case of partial invoicing plan, you set the date and the percentage of the total value of the PO line item. You may say that on the first day of next month, for example, or you set the exact date. If it's month 7 here, then you say on the first of the month 8, which is July, then please post, maybe pay 25%. Then next month, you say in 2 months maybe pay 50%, and then another 25. So in this case, SAP will post their invoices depending on percentage of your total PO cost. So this is, I'd say, the theory. We have a couple of KPs which explain this process. Their first one, actually there are two, so I'll show you with this one. It shows how to create invoicing plan for purchase orders coming from my shop. It has a description of, I'd say, requirements which are needed for invoicing plan to work. So here they are. This information is taken from the guidelines from the P2P Competence Center. So first, in business partner master record, there should be in the needed purchasing organization for which you're creating PO a tick which says auto evaluation error settlement DEL, and then you said check. Very long name. I told you when I was telling you about their business partners that this might be needed for their invoicing plans. So without this tick in vendor master record, invoicing plan will not work. So it will not create invoices. This is, it's a requirement number one. Second is that this should be framework order. And whenever you are creating purchase requisition in my shop, you need to set no automatic PO creation, so that PPO creates or GBS or global direct procurement nowadays create those manually. It's not possible to create invoicing plan via automatic transactions like the input ME59M. It will just create a regular ZSRM purchase order and that's it. No invoicing plan. If you want invoicing plan, it needs to be created manually. So in this case, you set no automatic PO creation, and you indicated in the PO PR header so that global direct procurement knows what you want. Some other things. GRER control should be set to no goods receipt. So tick for the goods receipt and the delivery tab should be removed. Non-GR evaluated option should be also not ticked. As far as I remember, it's no longer used anyway. And says set ERS indicator if automatic settlement is required. Well, it's financial stuff, but in any case. For automatic processing, there are also a couple of things here that the condition record INS, or in some markets ZINS. Output should be created via MRM1. So this is conditions. And as those invoices are created by a job, which runs transaction MRIS, MRIS, the variant of this job should be updated. There is a variant for Europe and USA and another one for Asia. It also says there is a special job for Georgia, so or a specific job for this market should be created. But in any case, so with the power user, will their end users who create those, if it's new for this market, if they didn't have their invoicing plans before, they might need to update those jobs so that their plants, their purchasing organizations are included into it. Otherwise, they will not have any invoices. And to troubleshoot those, you sometimes will need to check those jobs to see their variants. And if the document which people say didn't create the invoicing plan, if it falls under their selections of their variant or not. So these are, I'd say, pre-requirements. There is another article which tells the definition of the invoicing plan. In fact, there is a continuation of that other article as well, which gives you almost the same, maybe a little bit less. So it gives you the description of which fields it has, how it works, and that there are two types of plans: periodic invoicing plan and partial invoicing plan, with examples. And an explanation of all their, let's say, fields which you have there. It also gives you the name of transaction which runs to create those invoices. Let us go to SAP and try to create one. I started creation of a framework order because it must be framework order. I'm not actually sure if this vendor has it or not. I mean, their auto settlement tick. So, but it needs to be checked in case you're creating a real invoicing plan. I just wanted to show the invoicing plans. So I still do not have. I still have the delivery on the delivery tab, goods receipt ticked, and it should be unticked as a pre-requirement. Remember, this one also should be unticked, but we always have it grayed out and unticked nowadays. So you just remove those and go to create the invoicing plan. It gives me the choice between periodic and partial invoicing plan. I'll create periodic because it's more complex. Here, there, when I was creating the purchase order, I set the validity dates from the beginning of the year, and now it's the middle of the year, meaning some of the dates are already in the past and they will not be billed automatically. These will need to be created manually. Whatever is in the past, this invoice date. Today is the 5th of July, meaning the next run will be here on the 31st of July, and this is the amount which will be billed, so which will be invoiced. So here, why is it every month? Because it's set here as monthly. I may change it to, I'd say, bi-monthly, biannually, weekly, monthly, monthly on the first day of the month or on the last day of the month. So here it says monthly on, actually it's on the last, on the first. So do it like this. So I changed it to on the first day of the month, and now I have new dates saying that they will be billed on the very first day of each month. Or I may set it to weekly. In this case, I will have a lot more invoices. You need to hit enter for SAP to recalculate whatever you said. See, for yes, I know that's in the past, but now for the whole year, every week, we have a line for each week. But normally it's monthly, on the first or last day of the month. And normally, yeah, it's in the future. I may set a start date of invoicing plan here as, okay, maybe like this, because there's no use to create it in the past. The system will not work, will not create those. The next possible date here is the 31st of July. So, and in this case, system will automatically create on this date, on this invoicing date, invoice for this amount of money for our vendor. This is, I'd say, their invoicing plan for periodic, so-called. May I create a partial one? No, I need to recreate the whole document to create a partial one. But partial is simpler. So you will have here just saying date and then percentage, date and then percentage, date and then percentage. The requirement is that the percentage is equal to 100. Otherwise, you will either just the system will not allow you to save it, as far as I remember. So this is how it works. And yeah, please remember all those requirements. You will need to check the vendor master data if it has this automatic settlement sets in the purchasing, in your purchasing organization, and then scroll. Where is this thing? It's not set. You see, for this vendor, it will not work anyway because there is no tick here. So will it be one? Then it would be possible. For this vendor, it's not possible. You may create the invoicing, their invoicing plan, and then go to SDG to change this if you need it. And well, remembering that the next payment will be almost in a month, you will have time to set it. But if you will not succeed, well, no, their invoicing plan will not work in your document. So this is how it's created. You press the button invoicing plan. It's only in framework orders. And yeah, please keep in mind that we have those two KB articles, which are, I'd say, very helpful. So invoicing plan definition, how to create invoicing plan for POs coming from my shop PRs. This is for the end users. This is for GSD. Actually, there is actually a KB how to delete one. So please see that. But you just go to invoicing plan and delete all the lines, and that's it. The invoicing plan stays there. I guess this is it for the invoicing plan, and I'll stop the recording now.